Raq Thomas isn't just one of the most dangerous characters in the Power universe. She might be most built his empire. Before Kanan became a monster, there was Raq. And today we're breaking down who she really is, not just as the queenpin, but as the mother, as a strategist, and as the force that shaped everything that came after. And before we get into the video, man, make sure you guys check out my last couple videos. Like I've been saying, we've been cooking with this Who Is series. Everybody went rocking with it, so we're gonna keep it going. Make sure you check out my last video I did with your boy Kanan, who kind of pretty much connects and interacts with this video as well. It's definitely gonna tie in a lot to that one, and Kanan will definitely be a lot of the ties that are occurring in this video as well. Before that, we dropped the video on your boy Tommy Egan. We also did a video on your boy Raq St. Patrick, and of course the GOAT, the greatest, James St. Patrick Ghost. Now getting into this, who is Raq really? On the surface, Raq is a boss. She runs the organization with precision, intelligence, and discipline. But what makes her different from the other Power characters is how she balances control with emotion, right? She's not reckless like Tommy. She's not living a double life strategy like Ghost. Raq believes in the control through structure. Everyone has a role, everyone has a purpose, and when that structure breaks, that's when things get dangerous. And that's oftentimes what you see in life, even in the business world, right? When everybody plays their role, even on the sports team, when everyone plays their role, the team is successful. It's when people get greedy and start seeing what other people are doing, what other people are making, that's when, you know, emotions get involved into the business and it ruins everything. Raq is so good at not making emotional decisions. You rarely ever see Raq get rattled. She's always cool, calm, and collected. She's the one making the strategies. She's the lead. She's in charge. She's the one handling business. And that's what I always have enjoyed about Raq's character. And Bettina Miller's performance and portrayal of this character is that Raq just be chilling. You know what I mean? She could be in the most stressed situation in the business, and she's just cool, calm, and collected, because that's when you make your best decisions, right? When you're emotional, that's probably not the time to be making decisions. And Raq understands this very well, better than most characters we've ever seen in Power, right? It's the queenpin mindset, right? Raq doesn't just play the game, she studies it. She understands power isn't just violence, it's relationships, it's perception, it's positioning yourself where Ghost got this from. Ghost got this from Kanan, and Kanan got this from Raq, right? People always say, well, Ghost was 5-10 steps ahead, for sure, but Kanan was always 5-10 steps ahead of Ghost. And where do you guys think he learned that from? From Raq, from constantly being lied to Raq, from constantly knowing not to trust Raq or other people, from constantly knowing that, you know, he knows the truth, but his mom is lying to him and he's troll. It's where he's learned to manipulate people. And Raq is just so good at that. Is being the person in charge, being the woman in charge. And I feel like people don't really talk about that enough, is how difficult it is to be a gangster in a man's world. To be a queenpin in a man's game is very, very difficult. And Raq has demanded fear and respect on the streets consistently over the last 4 seasons, right? And we expect the same thing, nothing less, going into season 5, you know, once they make it clear that she survived, because there's no way Raq is dead. You know, we refuse to believe that. She has so much more stake in the game, and there's so much more story to tell, in my opinion, with Raq's character, beyond even raising Kanan. So that's definitely something that we should, you know, possibly look forward to. Now let's look at monster versus monster. This is where Raq becomes one of the most complex characters in Power history, because everything she does, she believes she's doing for her son. She tells herself she's doing it for Kanan, but protecting Kanan means controlling him. And controlling him means shaping him into who he becomes. And that's the strategy, right? Because the more she tries to protect him, the more she turns him into the thing that he fears. Isn't that crazy in life, bro? Like, they always say, be careful what you hate, because you might become that thing, right? And when you're constantly using this excuse of, oh, I'm trying to protect my son, where you're shielding him away from the reality. And because you're shielding him away from that reality, he's only going to want to become that. That's why Tariq became how Tariq was, because Ghost kept fucking lying about every single fucking thing. To Tariq was like, yo, I'm gonna just go find out for myself, and I'm gonna go dive into that world myself. And had Ghost been honest with Tariq about these things, you know, just like had Ghost and Raq made with raising their children. Now, did Raq create Kanan? Right? That's the real question. Did Raq create Kanan? Was Kanan always destined to become who we knew from the original power, or was he molded piece by Raq's decisions, her lies, her manipulation, her need for control? Because sometimes the strongest leaders create the strongest enemies without even realizing it, right? The biggest thing that most people in this world hate is someone telling them what to do. You know what I mean? Someone controlling them. That's why most people hate their managers at their jobs. Most people hate their coworkers, you know, because they don't like authority. And Kanan, being who he is, being Raq's son, he's no different than that. And when you're constantly being controlled by your mom, constantly in your mom's shadow, it's going to be very difficult to build a solid relationship with her, especially when you've known that she just keeps on lying and lying and lying. And this is why I feel like Raq and Ghost are one and the same. All Raq and Ghost do is lie. All they do is lie. Like, when you really look back at both of these shows and these characters logically, Ghost and Raq are two ends of the same spectrum, right? The only difference is I feel like Ghost was a little bit more emotional than Raq is. I feel like we've seen Ghost break. We've seen him, you know, waterworks after Raina, you know what I mean? Like, we've seen Ghost break a couple times in the OG power, you know, even when he went after that drunk driver, he went on this killing spree. Like, Raq, we had never seen that. She's always cool, calm, and collected, and that's why Kanan has struggled thus far in the series with molding a relationship with Raq. Is like, you never really know what she's thinking. You never know if she's telling the truth or not. You never know if she's lying. You never know what her angle is and what she's trying to get and what she's trying to shift you into doing or convince you, right? Raq is a very great liar, and I think that's what's made her so successful in this game and in this universe. Is she knows how to play the game. She knows how to utilize, you know, her assets as a woman in a man's world. Now, why was Raq different from the other power bosses? You know, most leaders in power react. Raq predicts. She's not emotional in her decisions, even when she loves deeply. And the combination of intelligence and, well, if she feels like it's in the name of protecting him, right? But that's not really true. It's not really about protecting him a lot of the time. Protecting him is just a justification for her continuing to do what she's been doing, right? People will always justify, oh, I didn't tell you because I wanted to protect you. No, you were protecting yourself. You were doing it for you. You didn't do it for me. And a lot of people try to deflect that onto other people to kind of manipulate them and make them think, oh, I love them so much and this and that. And there is love there. Obviously, that's a mother and a son. But I think Raq manipulates Kanan a lot more than she does things out of love for him. And that's ultimately why their relationship is shattered, in my opinion, beyond repair. There's no coming back from this. There's no Kanan and Raq becoming close. I don't ever see it happening, assuming that obviously Raq survives. But I think Raq ruined it. And, you know, Kanan has every right to feel the way that he does about his mother. But again, this is what makes Raq great. I understand it, right? You know, it's complex being the boss. It's complex being the lead. It's complex being the head of the family. I mean, even when we went into the history of Raq's character and her upbringing in season 4, we kind of learned that, like, when Raq's father died, Raq had to really step in and be the main one. Raq ain't even the oldest child. Marvin is, right? Lose the baby, so Raq is the middle child. So she really should have never had to take on this role of being the boss, of being the lead. It really should have been Marvin, but because of the antics that Marvin had going on, he was obviously a liability at that time, right? So we got to give Raq her flowers. Considering her circumstances and what she had to go through, I feel like she's done pretty well. Now, as a mother, you know, that's where, you know, things kind of get flawed in her decision making. But, you know, who are we to judge how someone, you know, raises their child, right? Everyone has a different approach. So the real question is Raq the villain? Or is she just the survivor who understood the rules before everyone else? Let me know what you guys think. Did Raq create Kanan, or was he destined to always become who he is? And again, if you're rocking with this Who Is series, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and stay tuned, because we are breaking down the entire Power universe. I won't let you guys know who's coming next, but it's definitely a character from the OG Power that we definitely need to talk about. So as always, thank you guys for the love and support. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, follow the boy on all platforms at Mr. Power Universe, and join the Patreon for more exclusive content if you want to support your boy. And as always, we will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.